going to the World Championships, so just talk about that decision. Pretty easy one.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm pretty excited. I think anytime you get the chance to represent your country, it's an honor. So I've done it a couple of years now, and it's a great tournament. And, I mean, obviously you should be playing hockey in May, so it should be a good experience.
You look back now; it's only a few days since the season ended, but did you expect to be a guy plus 75 points this year? What went right?
You know what? I going into the season, I don't really set number goals. I mean, obviously, I want to improve on what I did last year, or sorry, the year before. But you know, I had a lot of confidence in myself. I knew coming in this would be my second year, and things would just be better. I knew the rinks on the road. I knew what to expect as far as the grind of the season, and you know, we just had a more veteran team. So you know, I just was more confident in myself, I guess.
Talk to Sam Gunn. You mentioned how this team's going to win next year. More guys need to buy in.
Mm-hmm.
Can you elaborate on that? Is it just guys taking shortcuts, whether it's in practice, in the game? What's the buy-in factor, and how does it happen?
I mean, you know, I think you just need that winning mentality, to be honest. I mean, we've obviously lost a lot of games in the last couple of years, and you know, you just can't be satisfied with just. I mean, I think everyone going into the season has ranked 30th, and you can't be satisfied with what we did. I mean, I know no one in that locker room is, and when he says, I mean, you got to buy in. You know, whether it's in practice, working hard, or I mean, that consistency level that I'm always, you know, a big fan of is, you know, you have to be consistent throughout the year. I think we had a lot of games this year where, you know, maybe we, you know, went into the, I don't want to say, you know, take shortcuts, but you know, we definitely didn't have games where we played our best, and we had games where we did. And you know, as far as, you know, that consistency level that I'm always a big fan of, you know, you can't have 2 good games and then three bad ones. I mean, the best teams in the league are the ones that, you know, win one night and then put it away and play well the next night.
What are some of the things this team wants to build on going into next year?
Well, I mean, I think the finish we had was great. You know, I thought we played well on the road. I think that's a big thing is we struggled on the road early, and I think to end the season we played well on the road. So I think that just goes to show that we're getting better as a veteran team. I think it's tough to win on the road, especially as a young team. And when you don't get that matchup, maybe it can be tough. But you know, I think definitely build on the road success we had at the end of the year.
Tom expressed a lot of confidence in you. What about you and him? Is he the guy?
I mean, that's not up to my decision. I mean, Tom's been great for me. He's given me an opportunity as a young guy. I think, you know, looking at, you know, me, Halsey, whether it's Magnus or Nuge, coming in as a young guy, it's not easy. And if you make mistakes, I mean, sometimes you're on the bench. But Tom had confidence in us that, you know, we were going to get better, and we did. So, you know, he's been a great, you know, mentor, and he's great. He's a great teacher.
When you look back on the whole thing now, did the hot start perhaps lead to any bad habits or overconfidence that caused the inconsistency?
I don't think so at all. I think a lot of it had, I mean, obviously we had some injuries that were tough. But at the same time, I think you look at some of the best teams in the league, and you know, if they have injuries, they have a lot of depth. I don't think we, you know, found a way to win when we maybe had to get some guys out. So, you know, we have to be better in that aspect for sure.
Jordan, are you confident this team can make another leap ahead next year? I know it wasn't what you wanted this year, but there was improvement in certain areas. Do you have to improve at least that much again next year to be satisfied, or what's the mark you aim for?
I mean, we want to be a winning team. We want to be in the run for the playoffs. I think that goes without saying. That was our goal this year. I mean, that's your goal at a time for years. You want to be in the playoffs. You know, I think with the strides that we made this year, I can confidently say that we're a better team this year than we were last year. I think it's only going to get better too. I think with the positive attitude we have in the locker room. I mean, obviously it's tough to keep when you're 29th, but you know, I think we have the core and the leadership and the young talent and the positive attitude to do it.
The leadership factor, you know, after this season, you know, teams are going to look at you as a go-to guy. I'm sure your teammates are going to look at that. You take on more of a leadership role. You know, we've talked about just consistency factor, having a winning attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Will you become more of a vocal leader on this team next year?
I mean, yeah. You know what? As a guy that, I mean, obviously, you think it's my third year. You're still a young guy. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm only 22, but I kind of look at myself as a guy that's always been more so showing action than maybe vocalized. Whether it's on the ice, you know, I play a lot, and I'm put in situations where, I mean, we need a goal and we need to score, and I think that's leadership in itself. So, and I've always been the guy that's kind of, you know, showed leadership on the ice more so as being a big vocal guy.
Do the new younger players have to start taking a bigger chunk, like you're talking about yourself, Taylor Hall? Ryan will only be going into his second year, but do you have to take possession and ownership of this team and help lead the way, not just follow?
I mean, for sure. I know, like I said, you know, we play a significant role as far as an offensive side of the game, and you know, whether I'm PKing next year or doing whatever, I mean, I know I'm going to play a lot more, and you know, that in itself, I think, is you got to take leadership there. You know, showing the team that you can, maybe a defensive side of the aspect. I mean, I guess I'm kind of known as an offensive guy, but if I can, you know, block shots or whatever, I think that shows a lot. Goes a long way for my teammates to see stuff like that. So, I think definitely, like you said, though, go back to your question. You know, we have to take on a bigger role as far as leadership and try and guide this team.